Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking you guys through my leg day. And the first thing that I'm doing is stretching. Stretching is super important. I take a good bit of time to stretch, so I actually am showing you guys in real time the majority of my stretching. I like to stretch out with starting with my arms and move my way down to the lower part of my body. So before I get into my exercises, the first thing I like to do is glute warm-ups. So the first thing I'm going to do is banded squats. I'll do about 50 to 60 of these. And you need to use a band that has a heavy resistance because it's that resistance that's working your glutes a little harder because they're having to push the band outward while squatting up and down. And sometimes you'll see me replace my feet, and that's because that resistance again is pushing your legs outward. So sometimes you may have to reposition yourself, but you'll definitely feel it. Make sure you're pushing your butt out, making sure your knees are not going over your toes. All right, so the second warm up we're gonna do is banded clams, and y'all, these hurt. So we're gonna do like 4 sets of, I think, 10 to 12. And you're just gonna push as hard as you can to open it. It's essentially like hip abductor, but with one leg. You know what I mean? And we're going to do 4 sets of 10 to 12 on each side. And you should definitely feel it. At some point, I actually put my hand on the exact part to show y'all exactly where you should be feeling it, because you don't want the band too low to where you're not feeling the intensity that you should. All right here, I'm trying to, choose the right jam because I already know these glute bridges are going to hurt. Gotta have the jams. All right, so yeah. Banded glute bridges. We're going to do 4 sets of 10 to 12 reps. And on that last rep, you're going to hold it. Hold it as long as you can until your glutes are like blasting. Like the little, SpongeBob picture where his butt cheeks are swirling. That's the kind of pain that should be radiating in your butt cheeks at this point. All right, so for our last glute warm-up, we're going to do banded glute kickbacks, 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and make sure that band isn't too low. You want it higher up on your thighs so that you can really get that tension in your glutes, because that's what's going to give us the gains. And it's super important to do the warm-ups first, y'all, because it gets your glutes activated so that when we're doing the actual workout, you really, really feel it. All right, it's time for the first exercise. One of my favorite exercises of all time will always be kettlebell swings. I saw a couple months ago that people were holding it this way, and I think it's so much smarter for kettlebell swings. But try to keep your neck neutral. Let it follow with the movement of the workout so that you don't hurt your neck or nothing. And then make sure that you're squeezing when you get to the top, but also making sure you're feeling and squeezing when you're bent over. When you're bent over. But anyways, this is me breathing. Obviously, I'm tired, but we're back at it again. And I like to do 4 sets of 15 to 20 of these. I love them. You will definitely feel them, and it'll definitely give you more that less shape that you're wanting, that plumpness in the cheeks. All right, next, this one is a holy grail for me. It's the cable squat into a deadlift. We're going to do 4 sets of, I think, 12 to 20. You should really feel it. You can actually see my muscle where you should be feeling it on that up. You should feel it. And then when you pulse right back from that deadlift, you should feel it. But yeah, your glutes will definitely be on fire with this one. Make sure you're squatting heavy. And when these clips change and I do my second set, what you can see is that I'm actually positioned a little closer. And that's because if the weight is too heavy, you don't want to feel like you're straining yourself, which is why it's important to make sure you're not too far from the machine. And y'all look at me checking myself out. Okay, body, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, here is the clip. And you see that I'm standing a good bit closer. And that's helping me because I felt like the weight was pulling me a little too much when I was further out. Now I'm feeling it even more in my glutes. And you know, your calves low-key getting a little workout too. Look at it. Definitely, this is a great machine if you're trying to tone up. All right, so the next workout we're doing is assisted split squats. I do about 4 sets of 8 to 10 reps, and or sometimes like on my very last set I'll just do as many as possible on each leg. But I really like this one as well. You feel it more in the cheek that's forward. That's the one where you're gonna feel all of the pain and gain, not in the one that's back. But yeah, this is a really good workout and you can pace yourself, which I really like. And although I cut the stance out, I take my time to find the stance that works best for me. I'll replace my feet a million times if I have to, or in the middle of a set. And don't feel like you shouldn't or you can't or that people are looking at you. No, you want to make sure it's at the most comfortable place for you to do your split squats, really lunges, you know what I mean? In here, I mean, I think I'm changing my song or something like that. But look at the cakes. They're sitting. And we are back into doing the split squats, lunges, whatever you want to call them. They work. All right, exercise 4, you know, the holy grail that everyone talks about. Of course, we're going to do those deadlifts. And if you're someone who either doesn't have the free weights or you still need the assistance, nothing is wrong with using the Smith machine. So yeah, I'm doing them assisted. The bar is 25 and then I have a 45 on each side. And yep, lifting. You should definitely feel that tension when you're bent, not only when you're just squeezing at the top. You should feel it most when you're actually picking it up. I hope that makes sense, like when you're in the down position. And here I'm just doing another round because I'm feeling them. I don't know what it was about this time, but my glutes were definitely feeling it. Next, we're doing single leg RDLs. And one thing I learned from TikTok is that if you do have a issue with balance, use the Smith machine or the back of the benches, sit it in an upright position and hold it. When I tell you, the RDLs hit so much differently because you're not worrying about your balance or anything. So you definitely feel it in that glute, that forward one. And oof, it is a good burn. I definitely recommend these. And I definitely recommend using something to hold on to like the Smith machine because I'm telling you, it makes it so much easier. All right, you guys, now we're on to exercise 6. This is the dumbbell RDLs with a resistance band. I really like this. I know it's like, oh my gosh, so many variations of RDLs, but they're so good. And having that resistance around your waist, oof, I'm telling you, you will definitely feel the burn. I love doing RDLs, and it helps with learning how to do your form. All right, you guys, for exercise 7, we're going to do 20 banded jump squats into 6 to 10 banded kickbacks. And I like this just to put like a little bit of cardio while still getting some sort of leg workout. And yeah, I love doing this, and you'll definitely feel the burn. For this one, I say try to go straight into each round. Whether you do 3 or 4, do the 20 banded jump squats, 6 to 10 kickbacks. Take a brief hold if you have to, and then go right back into it because you want to keep that tension in your glutes. I'm telling you, your butt will be burning. All right, you guys, for the last exercise, we're going to do hip abductions. And I don't have a machine at this gym, so I'm just going to use my heavy glute band. And I'm telling you, y'all, if you have a heavy band, you will still feel it. So what I like to do is about 45 to 50 reps to end my workout, and then we are done. And now that we're at the cool down, all we're going to do is stretch and breathe. Do all the stretching that you need to so that you're not sore. You might still be sore, but you know, it is what it is. But look at the body, yaddy yaddy. And we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, all that good stuff.